Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? Let me turn my version of the music down a little. Shouldn't turn it down for you guys, right? I don't think it does. Hey, Max Lee. Oh, sure enough, there is no music. What's up with that? Well, dang. Sure enough. I'm going to have to work on that. But in the meantime, now there is music. Here I thought I was being all clever with timing the music when I cut in, and there was no music at all. Hey, Furfurite. Yeah, awesome. Printing some stuff. There's no dog. There is a dog cam, but it's just empty blankets. Yes, good boy. I have more subscribers on YouTube, but people who subscribe to watch videos don't typically like to get a lot of notifications that you're streaming. So that's the feedback I've gotten from other creators anyway. Fix something with the camera here. And so I would probably have to create a new channel anyway. And Twitch is a little bit better set up to stream in terms of like chat interactions. And I don't know, there's just a lot more things to do on Twitch. And there's more of a community here. And I figured if I'm gonna have to build a new channel up anyway, I may as well do it on Twitch. So it gives me a few more options, other ways to reach people. There's more notifications on Twitch. Like 70 some odd % of you have notifications turned on. Whereas like it's like 10 or 12% on YouTube. So yeah, I'm also just streaming because I'm enjoying it. And so figured I'd do it where I'm having the most fun. So yeah. Yeah, but I will start putting videos back up on YouTube. I have a plan, so yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is just it's a way for me, streaming is a way for me to kind of get back into being on camera after being off camera for a while, and just a way to hang out and socialize in this time of banned socialization, or I shouldn't say banned, because I agree with it, but yeah, anyway. Of forced non-socialization, how's that? So, yeah. We generally have a pretty good crowd here, so I've been enjoying it. Oh, awesome, James G. A lot of people watch my videos that aren't actually subscribed, but it's better if you're subscribed for a variety of reasons. Yeah, I will announce Twitch on the main channel, not to worry. That is going to happen. Yeah, I'll announce it in the next video. Yeah, I need to start downloading the VODs. I haven't been downloading them either, which is bad, but yeah. Anyway, I have a couple things to do today. I don't have forever to stream. Oh, I was gonna set a reminder. Alexa, set an alarm for 1:15. So I have like an hour and change to stream today, unfortunately.
Just ask me.
Thank you.
For example, change alarm to 6 a.m.
You can download the chat logs alongside the VODs. There is a script, TCD, Twitch chat downloader. So, yes. I am sorry. I am going to activate your Alexa. That's part of the Strange Parts magic. So one of the things I want to get into the robot, but I have a thing that I took apart that I thought you all might enjoy. Why? Oh, I get what's going on. My little touchscreen that is like my little streaming deck thing does not respond when I have my cursor on the other machine. Where is it? It's over here. If I move the cursor over to the Mac with Synergy, then it doesn't respond. But if it's over on the PC, then it does. So that's annoying. But anyway, let me show you what I wanted to show you, which is this. So this is one of the Wi-Fi plugs. We did a stream a little while back setting up some Wi-Fi plugs for things like soldering irons and whatnot. And this one fried on me, and so I thought I'd take it apart. And sure enough, it is, I don't know if I can get this nearly zoomed in enough. I cannot. But let's see if I can get it in focus this way. I'll pull focus manually. Oh, it's on manual focus. Okay. Ooh, actually, maybe we'll just get it to leave it there. It is indeed an ESP8266. That's an ESP8266 chip there. And because we were wondering, how do they make these for $6? And it just doesn't back out. Okay. So it's got a relay. It's got a couple caps. I think this is probably a voltage regulator. I don't know what this thing is. Let's look at it on the microscope. Alexa, turn on the microscope.
Okay.
Hang on. Look. Lost some parts here. Okay, so did that switch over? No, it's not on. Okay. So, whoop, I'm showing the wrong screen. That screen. Okay, where'd it go? There we go. So this is the ESP8266 EX. And then something is reducing from 120 volts to, I don't know, either 5 or 3.3, that the ESP8266. I don't know. Someone want to Google that? Chip number, it's Boya Micro 25Q80 BSTIG, and then 2002, which I don't think is relevant. And then there's this thing. I'm guessing, well, I don't know. I was going to guess that was doing the... Oh, we have some isolation there. There you go. See that cutout? That cutout would be isolating high voltage from low voltage, I bet. So I'm guessing that this side here is the 120, but I don't know what that is. And then, yeah, there's a few caps on this thing and a few resistors, and then all of the hardware for the actual plug, and that's about it. Let me focus this. Yeah, so oh, dumb duck, I bet you're right. It's external flash. Yeah. Sorry, let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, it's definitely cheaply made, for sure. It'd be interesting to try and modify the firmware to use something open source. I don't know. To find some programming pins, some test pads. I don't know what your options are on this one. Here's your antenna. Yeah, I don't know. Mac Prince, I bought some. Whoa, this is freaking out on me. I did buy some switches, so I plan on replacing my jumper cable with a switch. They just came in. So. Oh, cool. I'll check that out, Perforate. Ye fucking ha! Thank you for subscribing with Prime. That's awesome. I'm currently in New Mexico, in Picaris Pueblo, near Taos. Let me turn the microscope switcher's kind of freaking out. So I need to probably. Oh, what is going on? Yeah. Dumb Duck, yes, links are allowed if they are relevant to the conversation. So don't just like spam your Twitch channel because you want more subscribers. Well, thanks, you fucking ha. I'm glad you like the new workshop. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. And yes, GG Marlis, it is cold here. Oh, the black thing is a fuse. That makes sense. I wonder if that's what blew in this. It was working, but only temporarily. Like it briefly flashes on. So I don't quite know what's going on with it. But I know I'm running it. I'm running it at. So it's a 10 amp plug, and I'm running a 1500 amp space heater off of it. So I know what caused it. So yeah. Oh, cool, Dumb Duck. I'll have to check out the ESP Home stuff. I know about this. My only question is like, how do you program this on here? But maybe that video that let me quickly click on the thing that Perforate sent me. Looks like maybe it's an over-the-air attack. Cool. Most of the ones I've seen have involved like actually, you know, finding some programming pads on the board, and I'm not actually seeing those on here, which isn't surprising for something that's this cheap. So, anyway. All right. So that was a little bit of a diversion. The goal today is to do some work on the streaming robot. Alexa, turn off the microscope.
Did you mean work lights?
No. Alexa, turn off the microscope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check out that video and see if there's a simple over-the-air attack for these plugs. Hey, Squid Frenzy, good to see you. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit more tired than I thought I was. My neck's feeling better. I tweaked my neck 2 days ago, and that was really limiting how much sleep I was getting. But I seem to have worked through that. Oh, yeah. Send me a link, Box Kid. We'll look at it. Yes, robot time, Greg. Indeed. So, okay, we'll quickly look at this LCSC link. What is it? Flash. Okay, so it was, as someone pointed out, I think Dumb Duck. So, I do not have particular security measures for this Alexa. Not quite sure what you're referring to, but no, I don't go to any extreme measures here. Okay, cool. I'll check out Tasmora too. That's awesome. All right, let's jump into robots. So I guess I'm hiding it in the box. I didn't mean to. This is where we're at. This big bad boy. So if you're not familiar with this project, we are building a telepresence robot for the workshop that you can control from chat. So I think we're going to use channel points to give you access to control the robot for a certain amount of time. It's going to have a camera on it and probably text-to-speech. Hey, an anonymous cheerer. Cheers for the bits. And Max Lee cheers for the bits as well. see you. Thank you. Okay. So, I think the next thing to do is to sort of lay out where everything's going to go. So we have a battery. Oh, sorry. Jeez, I'm doing a bad job with the cameras today. All right, let's take a look at this robot. So, oh gosh. I always have a hard time aiming this, particularly when it's upside down like this. Actually, that indicates that I should flip it. I should maybe make two scenes, one with the camera flipped. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so, robot. Yes. All right. Can't. Oh yeah, I'm good, Mind Fan. I have pretty good physical security, so I'm not super worried about Alexa. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it. I also just like Alexa listening. I don't know what she's gonna hear that I would be bothered about. I'm not worried about it. Yes, this desk space is definitely too small. That is true. I keep saying I'm gonna fix that, and I still don't really know how. I just have too much stuff on this desk, and I have desks on the side, but I don't know, the camera's there. I don't know. So we have tested this. The wheels spin. That's good. Now we need to add control circuitry. So we've got a battery. I have a Raspberry Pi that is updating here. That's going to be the main brains here, and then we have yes, well, you know, we'll see what shenanigans chat gets up to here. We may have to robot proof the shop. I am aware of what I am embarking on. I just dropped something. Okay. So we also have a servo PWM hat from Adafruit. So that's going to be doing the PWM. And then from Greg, from Robo Greg, who's in the chat, from Rev Robotics, who also supplied the motors, we have these little Spark Mini motor controllers. So those are going to interface with the servo PWM hat, and then we'll plug directly into the motors. And then have a few other bits and bobs. We have a power switch, and there's a distro block in here too for distributing power. And that seems relevant. Okay. Here. So, and then I have a buck converter for converting 12 volts to 5 volts for the Raspberry Pi. Is there anything else? Let me get out. These are all the rest of the motor controllers. Anything else major we're missing? I don't think so. I think that's it. We have some cables and things. So, hey, Easy Dog. Cheers. Yeah, Greg supplied these. Greg's a friend of mine from China and makes robot parts for First Robotics teams. So these are parts that are specifically designed for the kinds of needs of First, but this project is pretty similar to a lot of the things they do. So yeah, Octagon Cake, it might be worth setting up a second camera. These are pretty fancy cameras. They run, I don't know, I think they're running new. What does a GH5 cost these days? $1,200, something like that. And then this one's got $1,000 of glass on it, so it's not a super cheap proposition popping another one of those babies out, but maybe we'll get something cheaper. I don't necessarily need all of this camera, this much camera to stream with. These are my main shooting cameras, so. All right. Yes, Chunky McChunkbot. We do need to come up with a name here. Yeah, Octagon Cake, I've been treating myself a lot lately, so I need to start making, once I start making YouTube videos again, we'll get the money rolling again here, and this will be a more reasonable proposition to buy expensive cameras again. But I have spent a lot of money building out this shop, so. We got to figure out how we're going to lay all this out. I'm gonna pull off these wire nuts. We were just using these for testing. Perforate. Sometimes people use chopsticks as well for impromptu support. I did not make all of the aluminum parts for this robot. No, I made the plate that everything is screwed onto. The motor mounts are from Greg, and the wheels are from Esden. They're kit wheels. So no, I have made very little of this robot, really. Like when we get down to actual parts. So, it's good boy. No, I'm not working. Yeah, I don't know. We don't need to get into finances, but no, I do this full time. This is my only job. So, yeah. But yeah, I've been full time since the start of the channel. So, I was lucky that first video did very well. Okay. So, get those out. Yes, the iPhone one. I did not expect it to do as well as it did. I don't know exactly how deep this desk is. It's not probably quite as deep as I would like, but it's nice to be able to reach the camera. I can actually reach the lens. And so I wouldn't want it to be a lot deeper. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the iPhone videos. I'm going to be doing some more here. I don't have a Patreon yet. Not because of any philosophical reason, really, other than I want to do Patreon well, and I don't feel like I've had the bandwidth to do it well, and so I would like to do it. So, all right. So, we need a place to put the Raspberry Pi. I think we're gonna have plenty of space on this thing. Let me turn the Raspberry Pi off. I'll short it out. This is gonna go on top. We need a space to put these guys. Where are the rest? I don't quite know. Greg, if you're here, is there a good way to mount these? I could just do like sticky tape or something, but is there a preferred way? Some brackets that I haven't seen. Have you? Velcro or double stick tape. Okay. I have both of those, or zip ties. Okay, cool. So we just need to figure out... Okay, this end goes to the motor. This end goes... This is reminding me from the scene in the hospital in Idiocracy. This one goes in your ear. This one goes in your mouth. This one goes in your ass. No, wait. This one goes to the motor. It looks like. Pretzel Key, thank you for subscribing with Prime for your second month. I really appreciate it. Okay. So this, I believe this goes to the PWM hat. This goes to the power distribution, which is here. Yeah, okay. We're on the same page here, Greg. Furfurite's already writing slasher porn about the robot here. Irilida, thank you for subscribing with Prime. That's super awesome. I really appreciate it. It goes to supporting projects like this. And if anybody's watching who doesn't know this, you can subscribe to one channel a month on Twitch with Amazon Prime for free. It's part of your Amazon Prime subscription. So if you haven't already done that, I certainly would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. But you should subscribe to some channel, because otherwise that money just goes to waste. So, and you have to resubscribe. With Prime, you have to resubscribe every month. It's not recurring. So. That's hilarious for Fright. And Obsidian. I must have just missed it. It scrolled by. Sorry. Oh, cheers, little shrimpo. Okay, so this is our on-off switch. And we want to put this somewhere where I can easily tag it, maybe on the end here, so that I can easily hit it if everything goes wrong. Y'all get up to too much trouble. So I think maybe we'll mount it at the end here, something like that. And then, let's see. One end's gonna go to the distro block, and one end will go to the battery. And very plug and play, Greg. I like it. Oh, this end goes to the battery. I see. I think. Or I don't know. It can be a jumper. Regardless. So the switch goes there. This is gonna go to the switch. Oh, thanks for the bits, Chris. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And C.O. Doherty, great to see you here. Thank you for subscribing again for your second month. Oh my God, we've got a hype train going here. Pretzel Key, thank you for subscribing for 2 months with Prime. That's awesome. Woohoo! We are building a robot hype train here. All right. So, this goes here. This goes into that. And then we're going to have 4 of these. I feel like we're going to have a big ball of wires. So this is going to go onto the motor. That's going to go on there. I don't know how we're going to make this not... Oh my goodness! Dr. ZZ's, welcome with your party of 41. We are building a telepresence robot with these gigantic Mecanum wheels, which means that it will be able to move in any direction. Not only forward and back and turn, but it also will be able to strafe side to side. And this is going to be a telepresence robot that has a camera and text-to-speech that chat will be able to drive around the shop. So I think we're going to use channel points. If you save up enough channel points, you can spend them to drive the robot for a period of time. And right now we're working on the control circuitry. So we've got the motors mounted. They work. And we are mounting these motor controllers and a Raspberry Pi and a PWM hat to be able to drive the motors. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how are all the wires going to run and sit. I think we're going to do something, I don't know. Maybe that. Maybe the Raspberry Pi will sit off to one side and we'll run these all up the middle and then figure out how all the wiring will run. So, Oh yeah, the Alexa and text-to-speech could be an interesting interaction. Chris, yes, this is a Raspberry Pi 4 Model B, and then an Adafruit PWM Pi hat. So, oh my God, Sammy, you've got almost 9,000 points. Dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous. So I don't know how much it will cost for right? Depends on how much points you save up. I don't know. So oh yeah, we could totally mount the Pi vertically as well. That would work. I think there's gonna be plenty of space here though. So let's bust out the rest of the motor controllers and we'll figure out how they all sit. Oh, awesome! Thanks, Raspberry 906. If you guys missed the home automation portion, we took apart a cheap ESP8266 based Alexa wall plug. This is from, where's this one from? From Amison. I got these for like $6 on Amazon, and this one fried on me because it's only rated at 10 amps and I was driving with like 12 amps, so they were running a space heater. So I thought I'd take it apart and see what's inside, and it is there are very few things in here. There is sorry, let me get some focus. So there's an ESP8266 board here with some flash. There's a relay. There's the actual contacts for the plug itself. A few caps. The big fuse, the button. Very, very cheap. So we knew it would be a cheap build, but I was curious to see what was inside it. So anyway, Moist Dust, thank you for subscribing with Prime for your 2nd month. That's awesome. I appreciate that. So yeah, we could try replacing the relay at $6. I'm not even sure it's worth the time, but yeah. Yeah, I would be curious trying to flash these to something else. Oh, awesome! What we were fixing today. You take those apart to flash them. Sweet. Neo2595, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I'll have to check out all of these various alternate firmwares for these plugs. So, Squid Boy, I'm not actually sure offhand. I think you hit the subscribe button and then choose Prime from the list, but I'm not sure. Maybe someone who's done it can fill me in there. Awesome. Yeah, I will come hang out with you all next time you stream. Let me make sure I follow Dr. ZZ's followed. Awesome. I will come hang out. I'm getting into the home automation for the shop, partly because I'm forgetful and partly because I have a lot of things in here, so I can like turn on all of the soldering area. Alexa, turn on soldering.
Okay.
So she turns on the 2 soldering irons and the microscope camera and the microscope light. Sorry, it's probably not super easy to see on that view, but we have a microscope here. So she turns on 4 things at once, and then when I leave the shop, I tell her to shut everything down, and she just shuts off anything that I have turned on. The compressor's on a switch, so relatively rudimentary for you guys, I imagine, but yes, I am using Alexa as my automation hub right now, just out of laziness. So Alexa, turn off soldering.
Did you mean soldering?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Do we have another raid? Hi, Learn with Leon. Welcome. We have dueling raids. We are building a telepresence robot that chat will be able to drive around the shop. It'll have a camera and text-to-speech. And we have giant Omni wheels that will allow it to move not only forward and back and not only turn, but strafe side to side. What have you guys been up to in Learn with Leon land? Cannot fly yet. I think it's way too heavy for ever flying. Web development freelancing, awesome. Awesome, awesome. I used to be a developer myself and freelanced at various points in my career. So, awesome. It sounds like if you're specifically talking about freelancing, so maybe the business side of it. Any tips? Let's see. What tips would I give for freelancing? Have 3 months of expenses in the bank. It always takes longer to ramp up work as a freelancer than it does as someone who is full-time employed. And my experience was that it's very much like when it rains, it pours. So you either have too much work or not enough work, and you need to sort of be cognizant of that in your budgeting and things. How not to get screwed by potential clients. Work with people whose business is ethical, because if one part of their business is unethical, their dealings with their contractors are typically unethical as well. When I first got started, I kind of would do anything for anybody, and I ended up writing a script to scrape Whois so that someone could spam new domain owners, and like that was a really difficult client to work with. They were super unethical and didn't pay me on time and stuff. And when I found clients that were doing more ethical things and were ethical about the other parts of their business, sure enough, they paid me on time. So that was good learning for me. And the reality is, like, it doesn't matter whether you have a contract if you're talking about, a few grand worth of freelancing work, which is what, the level I was working at the time. I would charge a lot more now, but for a few grand, and if they live in another state or another country, you're not going to take them to court. So really, it comes down to them being sort of ethical people. So, yeah. Yeah, and that being said, like, you should still have a contract or work through a platform what's the latest name? Odesk, where there is an escrow system and some way to dispute if you don't get paid. So I think using escrow systems is a great way to build trust with a new client and with a new contractor. I use it for paying people for things like video editing and whatnot. I still use it, and I paid people through it for years, because for me the convenience of not having to deal with how are people getting paid, 1099s, contracts, all of that stuff is worth the extra overhead. So yeah. My very first programming gig was fixing someone's PHP script for $5 while I was a backpacker in Thailand. I was working from an internet cafe that I'm pretty sure was just running on dial-up, and I got it through one of the now probably defunct freelancing platforms, so like Scriptlance or something. Yeah, it took me like a half an hour, and $5 was like half of my living expenses for the day. So that would buy me 3 meals. So it was worth it. I kind of just worked my way up through there. I got a lot of my early clients through those online freelancing platforms. I think if you sell yourself well and you deliver good results, you can get paid decent money. I think within by the time I stopped doing that, I was charging like $75 an hour for general web dev and kind of system administration stuff. And I parlayed that into a career as a software engineer with Google. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. I have traveled all over. I have traveled a lot in Asia. I've traveled some in Europe. I've traveled in South America. I've done, and in particular, if you're not familiar with my work on YouTube, I have done a lot of things in China. So I've spent several years in China, exploring manufacturing and the electronic scene in Shenzhen. So, on that note, I think we're gonna get back to some robots. So, I'm glad you're all here. If you want to stick around, we're gonna try and lay this thing out. But yeah, I definitely, I guess the last thing I would close and say is that I got a lot out of freelancing. It really taught me a lot about how to run a business and how to negotiate contracts and all of that side of things, which eventually led me to running my own software company, not like a software product business. So, I recommend it. Yeah, I hope those tips are helpful. So, I think we're gonna run these motor controllers. Well, maybe we should run them this way, because these wires are gonna go into the hat, and then these. So we're gonna run two. I don't know. We could put them over here, I guess. Don't know. I'm glad you're enjoying the music. Oh, change the camera angle. Thank you. Yes. Because I'm talking about things you can't see. Is that in some level of focus? That's sharper. Okay. There we go. All right. So we could put these two motor controllers over here, and we could put two over here, and that way they're at least close to the motors they're controlling. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Yeah. Where's our left motor controller? In the bag still. Thanks, Shamanti. I have been building this workshop out over the past few months, so it's pretty new to me still. So I'm still sort of breaking it in, but it's starting to feel comfortable and workable, and like I can get stuff done, which is really nice. Okay, maybe something like that. Or like this, maybe. Aha! I have a plan. This here, and then all of the wires from the middle, and go every which way. I think that's a good plan. Yes, and then the Raspberry Pi will sit over here, and then maybe the distro block will be somewhere in the middle. Where it went? Oh, it's here. Yeah. Alan, home base right now is Picaris Pueblo in New Mexico, which is sort of northern New Mexico. It's a small Native American reservation, a few hundred people. I'm staying with friends here. All right. I think that's gonna work. Let's get some double-sided tape and stick things down. Quite know what works best. I have the carpet tape. A few options. I have some carpet tape. Is this stuff. And I have the stuff that I use to stick the covering on the walls up. And this is more of a... The carpet tape is really thin and kind of goopy. And this is more of a thicker, like, vinyl stuff here. So, yeah. Hot glue. I would be worried about hot glue if this thing heats up. We could do hot glue, but I don't know. I'm going with... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the red stuff. I agree with you, Box Kid. Let's see. Let's cut this with scissors. All right. Let's see. We're still not zoomed out. I think I'm missing part of the action. There we go. Okay. Oh, and I've stuck the tape to the camera. Let's give this stuff a shot. So, I didn't like design and build these wheels, but I did assemble them. They're like a kit from a robotics supplier. They're old Andy Mark wheels, I think is what we figured out. But I got them from another streamer who had them sitting around for a project he never got to. I got them from Esden, who does cool... He does stuff with FPGAs and designs PCBs, and I think he's kind of quiet right now because he's getting ready to do a big Kickstarter launch for a new product. But yeah, he's worth checking out if you don't already know about him. Okay, so let's stick this here. You know what? Let's give us our little space. I don't know quite how we're going to hold the battery on yet. So let's give that a bit of space. We can always move these, but... Yeah. Shmonty, what? Let's see. Learning to take an old computer apart for parts that can be reused. What level of taking apart do you want to do? There are 2 levels. One level is I just want to take the components out of it. So I want to take the graphics card and the power supply and things like that. In which case, really, it's just a bunch of screws. The other level is I want to take things like capacitors off. And if that's the case, then you probably want to pick yourself up like a desoldering pump and a soldering iron at the very least, if not like an integrated desoldering gun. So this is a desoldering pump. You push the plunger down, and then you push the button, and it quickly sucks up out of the tip. So it's just like a little syringe. And that will suck the solder up. The other thing you can use is copper braid, like this, and then a decent soldering iron. I always recommend people get a temperature-controlled iron. That helps you maintain the right heat and not either burn your components or... Yeah, I don't think the weight on one side versus the other is going to matter too much, DJ Marlis, but it's a good thought. I hadn't really thought about that. Okay. There's one side. So, how are these cables going to route now? And how are we going to attach this plate here for the switch? That's a separate issue. Gonna be a big old mess of wires on this. It's probably okay for now. So you can zip tie it all down, I think. Yeah, it'll look all right. Just kind of tuck them in for now. Might remount these motors so that the plugs are all both kind of parallel to the deck, rather than like this, because it's very hard to get that bottom plug in for the sensors. Yeah. We did not start building this today. This has been an ongoing project over a few streams now. Maybe, I don't know, the third or fourth stream, something like that. So we've been kind of interleaving it with other projects. I like to mix it up. We're also building a custom keyboard out of Japan, which I don't have sitting next to me right now. And the big project we're working on, which I'm waiting on parts on sort of indefinitely, is trying to add USB-C to an iPhone. And I'm waiting on some parts right now for that. Which tools to get started? I have a bunch of recommendations on tools. If you click on the kit.co link down below, if you're on desktop, or it's on the About page if you're on mobile. So there's a bunch of tool recommendations there. It kind of depends on what you want to do, but like, you know, a good soldering iron, some basic hand tools. Could also get into like things like Arduino. And I don't know if I have any great Arduino links down there, but if you get yourself like an Arduino Uno or an Arduino Uno kit, you know, with some breadboards and that's backwards. You know, some things to control various boards to throw on top of it. That is a great way to learn. Okay. Here's one. We got one more to go. Where'd it go? I lost it. Here. It is. Yeah, the ESP8266s and ESP32s are also a good platform. They have Wi-Fi, so. But I think they're not quite as good for learning, because I think they're a little bit more finicky. They don't program quite as easily, and so there's definitely, I mean, I've had frustrations, even after working with them a lot, I've had frustrations with just them not programming well. So just the actual part of downloading the code onto them isn't always smooth. So whereas an Uno is pretty rock solid when it comes to that stuff. So like a proper, particularly if you get the genuine Uno with the FTDI chip on it, so you don't have to install drivers. That's if you're a rote beginner, that it's worth spending a little bit extra money on it, in my opinion. Okay, we have stuck down motor controllers. Yeah, I think I might end up remounting some of these motors here. It's a little bit of a hard thing to do. On the other hand, maybe we won't be plugging and unplugging these very often. Certainly not very accessible. Oh, come on. Yeah, this was a tactical error in motor mounting. Okay. Cool. All right. I need to take a quick break. All of that hydration is getting to me. Take a quick bathroom break. Go pee. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I promise. We'll jump back into this here. 2 minutes. Get some more water. Okay. All right, we should all be back now. And Shimanti, you were asking what else do we have here? So we have 4 motors, 4 wheels, battery, motor controllers, Raspberry Pi servo hat to do the pulse width modulation, basically speed control for the motors. And then, yeah, Raspberry Pi. And we're gonna add a camera and a speaker. So, oh, and we've got on-off switch and a voltage regulator to regulate from the 12 volts down to the 5 volts that the Raspberry Pi needs. So, yeah, this music is kind of epic, maybe a little overly epic. I did choose the epic mood on Epidemic Sound. Excuse me. Yeah, this is from Epidemic Sound, which a lot of YouTubers use. So very possible you've heard this in other people's stuff. No, we don't need no stinking IMU or proximity sensors. It's just gonna be chat's own decisions about whether they're gonna ram into things or not. Alan, is that? I'm just using double-sided tape. So this is tape on. I think this is in the kit.co link. This is a cheap, very strong double-sided tape from Amazon. I think it's in like the consumables section. All right, so let's see. Let's put this maybe here, something like that. Little distro block. But it's gonna plug into the switch, so maybe we will put it here. Just put it here in the middle. Yes. Like that. Shamanti, I get supplies from all over the place. Everything from Amazon, DigiKey, McMaster-Carr, AliExpress, Mouser, Adafruit, friends. Friends send me stuff. That's where a lot of these parts came from. Greg over at Rev Robotics, who hooked me up. Yeah, let's see. Thinking about how this plate is going to go on here, this switch plate, which I need to drill and tap some holes for. But I don't think we have enough time today for me to do that. Is that gonna work? Just trying to figure out how this sits relative to that motor. I don't know which way it's gonna work better. Because it's sort of pulling on this connector here. Boy, and it's gonna be a real pain if I have to remount these motors because the wheels are gonna have to come off, and it was real hard to get those bolts in there. That was a whole adventure. So, I don't know. We'll figure that out. For now, I'm just gonna let it sit there. Think about what it's done. Okay, but the distro block I think is just gonna go right there. So we'll do that. I could tape the switch down. I don't have to screw it down, but it has nice screw holes on it. Whereas these do not. So. And I don't actually need the mounting plate, I suppose. I think is what you're suggesting, Tiga. Okay. Alright, let's stick this down. About right. That's really gotta be tight, so let's put it there. And then these are going into this distro block. And this is literally just distributing power to everything. He's gonna run this. So this is gonna be a little bit of a ball. Cables. But we'll figure it out. And these cables are a little bit long for this size robot. tucking wires away right now. Permanent. Yeah, okay, Greg. Yeah, I might take you up on that 3D printing suggestion. Although I don't know. Yeah. I think I can just tap some holes that way into the plate, the edge of the plate. I don't know. I don't know if I can accurately drill a hole like that on the drill press I have. Let's see this. I want this wire to go under here. So, and then this wire over here. So, yep, sweet. Shamanti, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you on the next stream. Should be tomorrow. Probably finish this up tomorrow. That'll work on the keyboard. One of the two. Let's see how we're feeling. Okay. We're in pretty good shape now. So I think what I'm going to do now is... I don't know if I have spade connectors for these. Alexa, add spade connectors to my shopping list. Alexa, add spade connectors to my shopping list.
I added steak connectors to your shopping list.
That was close enough. Not steak connectors, but you know, it's not as bad as mango liver nuts. Oh, the wheels for the Mac Pro definitely cost more than this. Definitely. Escape Rat, thank you for subscribing again with Prime. That's awesome. And Bluebird, yes, we are inventing a new life form. For sure. The ShopBot. I've named like 4 things ShopBot now. I'm gonna have to come up with a better set of names. I'm thinking maybe like a Velcro strap for the battery, but regardless, this is the power cable for it. So we'll cut the ends off this and put some spade connectors on, because I've got 2 batteries so that we can be charging one and playing with the other. Yeah, these wheels are interesting. They're definitely beefy, and I think they're going to be kind of loud, but, you know. Sometimes when someone says, hey, I have the perfect wheels for your robot, let me send them to you, you just have to say yes. Particularly when it's Edstone. I think we're gonna have to solder up this hat. That's one of our next tasks. That's gonna go on there. And then we have a whole bunch of these plugs for, we have to put headers for the motor plugs here. So we'll use all those, I think. Yeah. And let's see, this is power. This is looking good. It's coming together. And then we need some standoffs for the Raspberry Pi so it doesn't short out. And then got to figure out how I'm mounting this so it doesn't short. And I need another one of these cables. Let's see. We get... Greg, did you send me extra power cables? No. Alright. I need one more power cable. How? Somehow, some way. Okay. No more of those little yellow guys. Alright, we'll figure that out. I need to know what connector these yellow things are, or I need one more cable from you. Yes, this hat does break out GPIO, so that I think that's this single row here. Cut the one that I plan to use the battery. Oh yeah. Yes, that's perfect. Yes, this I can still use this end. Perfect. Done. All right. Oh, we can do that now. Let's not make it too short. But... Is that gonna work? Even if this gets, yeah. Done. Okay. And then actually, the buck boost converter just has little screw terminals on it. So one is in is here. Hang on, I need the right screwdriver. So one of the things I still need to do is build better storage for tools. You can't always find stuff. Kind of random tool shelf. Basically tools. Let's see the small black. No, this is not small enough. You have other options. Yeah, that's interesting advice in terms of driving straight with the mechanisms. I think it's going to be okay, given that we're not going to be doing autonomous control. I'm not super worried about it, but we'll see. All right, so I'm just opening these screw terminals, and then we're gonna strip the wires and stick them in. Figure out how it's all routes. Okay. Not that one. I love this automatic wire stripper. This is a Greenlee. This is an Adam Savage from Tested recommendation. Totally worth every penny. Alan, is that? I think we're just going to run Raspbian on it. I don't see any reason to be super fancy. Although I want to look at the Robot OS stuff. I don't really fully understand what that gives you. But right now, I'm thinking of hooking this up to Remo.tv. At least as a first approximation. It's kind of where I got the idea. The woman that runs Remo.tv had a bunch of robots running around a co-working space called Circuit something in Oakland. She had a bunch of telepresence robots like this, and I was like, we should do that in the shop. So Remote TV is sort of a web platform that makes remote control of robots easier. So, probably won't add an ATM machine to this, but you never know. I'm kind of done with ATM machines. That was such a painful project. I wish this thing had mounting holes on it. Because I could double-sided stick tape down, but I'm a little bit worried about shorting it. Yeah. I guess we're just going to do that, though. Just make sure it's well covered. Tape. If somebody's got any better ideas. I do have electrical tape. I feel like electrical tape's thinner than this stuff. This stuff's pretty thick. It's at least, I don't know, at least a 1/16 of an inch thick, a couple millimeters. So, let's see, before I add that on, let's peel this part off. I might put 2 layers of it. Yes, it is very epic music for building a robot. Skate Rat. I'm kind of enjoying it. It shows how much music sort of changes the mood. We definitely use it for emotional impact when we edit videos. Make a big difference. All right, let's just for giggles, let's switch it up. So let's see, instead of epic, let's do hopeful. Hopeful dubstep is what we're listening to on Epidemic Sound right now. There are only 6 hopeful dubstep songs on Epidemic. This one is listed as hopeful and dark, and then the next one is epic and hopeful. I wonder who goes through and codes each of these songs and figures out, is this epic or not? Okay. I think I'm going to put an additional layer of tape on this because I really don't want this thing to short out. Some additional thickness seems wise. Oh, Sint, I'm glad you're here. I just started streaming on Twitch, so don't feel like you've been missing out too much. Maybe 6 weeks now? Something like that. But welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay, so that's gonna go there. This is gonna go here. And then that actually just gives us a USB port that we can plug the Arduino into, or the Raspberry Pi into. So yeah, I can't imagine this tape is conductive. If it is, I'll be shocked. Okay, and I think this is gonna go then this way. Alexa, stop. That is my timer for starting to wind down here. I think we're at a pretty good shocking point, pretty good stopping point. So I'm sorry I couldn't go longer today. I have commitments made. Got a little bit of a late start. But yeah, that's the way that's gonna sit. And then I guess these are gonna end up sort of reaching over the top, but that's okay. Yeah. And then I don't know what we're gonna do with the camera, because the camera connector is here, but cross that bridge when we come to it. I think it'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's kind of wind down here. I feel good about this. I feel like we got a little bit of soldering to do on the hat and some wiring, and I need to hook these up. And I think for now we'll just strip the ends off these and kind of bodge them up, but I need to get some spade connectors for those. Oh, sure enough, there is a slot in the hat. You're right. Good catch, Dr. Sprite. Yes, there is a slot for the camera connector. That's awesome. That's great. And we'll install some standoff, drill some holes, and drill and tap some holes so that can actually sit properly mounted on there. This is gonna look nice. This is gonna look nice, and we'll do something with these. At least zip tie them together. I dig it. Dig it. Thank you all for tuning in here. I appreciate it. Chill Saturday stream. Chris, yeah, I would like to do more things with other YouTube creators. It's certainly not very feasible right now, but it would be fun to do stuff down the road. Let's go check out a microscope channel here. Diatoms Attack. Yeah, collabs right now are basically impossible, as are like shooting in factories. So I'm looking forward to that down the road here. We're gonna raid a much smaller channel. So be friendly, be nice. I have not hung out in this channel a bunch, but I believe they're doing scanning electron microscope stuff, and Esden recommends this channel highly. So yeah, shipping stuff back and forth. I don't know. I think we'll just wait till COVID is over here and then do some proper collabs. So anyway, oh, sorry Nosh, sorry you missed it, but thanks for tuning in at the end here. It's all good. We had a pretty quick, chill robot stream. So alrighty, folks. Well, I hope to see you tomorrow on the stream. It'll probably be kind of midday like this one, midday to early afternoon. We'll start up, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, stay sane. And let's go check out some microscopes. Here we go.